Good morning, everyone. It's so lovely to be here. But as you can see, there's only me because our lovely Nick is poorly. So he's home looking after himself in bed, all wrapped up. So, Nick, we send you lots of love and we hope that you feel better soon because I feel very lonely without you. So, but I know that our SPT family will come on and share their love and say hello to me. And also, we may have Richard come on too to talk to us, just in case I get a little bit too lonely. So come on, everybody, say hello and talk to me because it's important that we start our day and enjoy this time together because it's Monday and Mondays can be great. Mondays can be sometimes a little bit off, but we're going to enjoy this Monday morning together. And we're going to also have some questions. I'm going to put some questions to you. I do an assembly. I hosted a Zoom service last night called the Assembly of Spiritual Inspirations, and I put some questions to our congregation. So I'm going to put those questions to you and see what your thoughts are. And we also have the lovely Kate May with us today. So we will be going to her a little bit later on, but I'm going to say some hellos to everybody. And let's start off with Serendipity 589. Hello and welcome. It's lovely to see you. I love it when everybody comes on, our regulars. It's so nice. Hello, Patricia T. Oh, wow. I do like your view. That looks a nice destination. I don't know if it's where you live or if it's where you're on holiday, but it's lovely to have you with us. Good morning, Jill Bartlett. Nice to see you. So it really is. Rebecca, thank you. Yes, I hope he gets well soon, Rebecca, because I do miss his lovely, lovely energy. He really comes in with a boost to everybody. Hello, Janice Clark Evans. Nice to see you this morning. It really is. My spiritual brother, Neil Payne, he's probably on his way back from being in Scotland for a few days. So if you're traveling, Neil, safe travels and I'll speak to you soon. Hello, Lynn Quinn. Yes, get well soon, Nick. Don't worry. I'm sure he'll be looking at all the messages and the love that you're sending for him. Oh, another lovely friend. Hello, Claire B. Nice to see you this morning. So Carol Bannister, hi to you. Looking gorgeous. Tracy R. Hello, nice to see you. Oh, I love it. I love all this when you come on. And Mand Bennett. Oh, I say, looking very stunning in your picture there. Kelly Rockette, you were on with us the other week, Kelly. So nice to see you. Hello, Sue Lawrence, all the way from Australia. I love it when all our family come on from all around the world. Isn't it wonderful how global we are these days? It's absolutely amazing. So Julie Orkney, good morning to you. Nice to see you. It really is. Hello, Julie Caswell. Oh, I do love your pussycat. And the lovely Christine Davis. Hello, Christine, looking gorgeous amongst the roses there. Nice to see you. And she's saying good morning to everybody in the chat because that's what the important thing is about this. It's about sort of saying hello to everybody. Connecting is so, so important in life, isn't it? So Sophie, Elena, good morning all. I have gas engineers here, so may have to disappear, but trust I can stay. Oh, I know what that's like. I had the plumber in last week, Sophie, so I sympathise with you. So, and also I just want to give a quick shout out to a lovely little girl called Sophie, who's 11 today. So happy birthday, Sophie. I know you're at school, but I hope your mum will pass on our love to you today. So enjoy your special day. Helen Smith, hello to you. Morning, Linda. Thank you for coming in. Are you looking after our poorly Nick? I hope he's okay. Please give him a big hug from us and one from me. Okay. So it's lovely to have you with us. Izzy Ryan, good morning to you. Oh, I do like your picture. Oh dear, the desire to know your own soul will end all other. I can't read it very well, but it looks beautiful. I have to say it looks beautiful. So thank you for sharing that with us, Izzy, and look forward to chatting to you all later. Charlotte Allen, good morning. Lovely group photo. Siobhan Walk, lovely to see you. And yes, happy birthday, Sophie. She's getting lots of happy birthdays. Athena Pullen, lovely to have you on. Good morning. Oh, there's lots of people on today. It's so, so nice. It's really, really lovely. So thank you to all those people that have said hello. Okay. And if I haven't said hello to you, I'm saying hello to everyone that's joining us now. Now, don't forget, everyone, if you want to come on and join me, please do. Morning, stay sure. Just want to say hello to you as well. So if you do want to come on, please let me know, or just say, Zoom me up, Richard. That's our new slogan for coming on. You can come on and have a chat with me. And also, I will be doing some readings today too. So I look forward to linking with Spirit for you, and we'll see who we can bring on. Hello, Marion. Lovely to have you from Norfolk as well. So it really is nice. So if you want to come on, please let us know, because I don't know about you, but when we're on this show, for me, it doesn't feel like I'm live. So it's just like having a chat with all you lovely people, or when Nick's with me, or when we have the guests, or when Richard comes on. It's just like having a chat over a cuppa with a group of lovely friends. So if you want to come on, let Richard know, and you can come and join me, because I'm feeling a little bit lonely this morning. So I'm going to ask you some questions. Oh, Carol Bannister says yes. So what are you saying yes? Are you saying yes to Zoom, or what are you saying yes to, Carol? Let us know. If you want to come in, please do. If you've got any questions for myself, please, let us know, because this is what this show's all about. We've got some lovely, lovely people on today, and I'm looking forward to blending them and chatting and bringing through your loved ones as well. So I've got some questions for you. Okay, so we've just had the weekend. So I'm a bit nosy. So what is your perfect Sunday? Was your perfect Sunday yesterday, or were you busy? Tell me what your perfect Sunday is. I'd love to hear what you got up to yesterday. Do you like to have a lay-in? Do you have a cooked breakfast? Do you go for a walk in the area where you live? Or did you work yesterday? Because some people do work on Sundays, and shift work, my partner works shifts, so it's difficult. Good morning, Leslie Lane from Aberdeen. It's lovely to have you with us. So come on, answer. Oh, it's sunny but cold here in Lancashire. Thank you, Charlotte Ann, for letting us know that. So if you've got any questions, please let me know. If you want to ask us anything, we are here. We're going to have Kate May with our lovely card spread. And of course, that will go on to the app after Kate's done it. And for those of you that haven't, please download the app, because it's a wonderful app to have. It's nice to look back on the shows. It's nice to look at the card of the day. You can see all about all the lovely hosts that we've got. And talking of hosts, I just want to say, some of you will remember Matt and Kirsty Grogan, who used to be on the channel. And I've known Matt and Kirsty for a long time. And so has Richard and everybody here at SPTV. And Matt had some wonderful news this last week, so which he posted on Facebook. And we at SPTV would like to say congratulations, Matt Grogan, for passing your certificate, your CSNU, for your certificate. So he's now a certificate holder of the Spiritualist National Union. Now, I have a certificate, and I know how hard, but worthwhile that gaining that certificate is, and all the hard work that you put in. So congratulations, Matt, from me, Richard, and everybody in the SPTV family. Well done. Well done. So that's really, really nice. So anyway, oh, you went to a baby shower yesterday, Sue Lawrence. Wow, how exciting's that? Do they know the gender of the baby yet? That's wonderful. What a wonderful, joyous thing to do, a baby shower. Serendipity 589 got up at 5, meditated, then yoga, then went to work, did card making with my residents in the care home, went to my mum's and had a roast dinner and wine. I think you need a roast dinner and wine after all that serendipity. My goodness. Wow, what a Sunday you've had. Oh, Catherine Carter, I worked shifts and was working all weekend. Oh, bless you. Oh dear, but I hope that you're resting up now. Shifts are hard, I know. Stay sure. My perfect Sunday, spending time relaxing for myself and time with family, followed by a roast dinner, glass of wine, and a movie. Do you know what, Stace? I'm with you on that. I do love a roast dinner, especially the Yorkshires and the roast potatoes, and a glass of wine and a movie. What was that, Richard? Sorry, I missed that bit. Oh, don't. Richard's just said a nice bit of roast lamb and mint sauce. Oh, I don't mind. I like any roast dinner. I love a roast dinner, especially if I haven't wanted to cook it. Because if you go to somebody's house and they cook for you, I love that. I mean, I do cook not a bad roast dinner, so I've been told, but I do love it when it's put in front of me and I haven't got to cook it. I haven't had the stress. Ah, Rebecca, I've started walking in the mornings every other day after being housebound for 3 years. What a shocker. So cold yesterday. That was my achievement Sunday. Well, congratulations, Rebecca. That's amazing. Walking is a wonderful thing to do, and it's so good for you. So well done for that. Oh, there's lots of cooking going on, Richard. Lynn Quinn cooked a Sunday meal for her son and daughter-in-law and grandchildren as it was my son's birthday. Well, I hope you had a wonderful celebration there, Lynn. See, I've started something now. We've started about, I always work on a Sunday. I'm a florist. I've always liked working Sundays. Well, how amazing is that, Julie Caswell? Thank you for sharing that. Do you know what? I love the creativity of florists, how they get all the beautiful colors together, the beautiful displays. It's so creative. How amazing are you? That's wonderful. Debbie Callow spent Sunday jet washing my drive. Oh gosh. But today preparing things for Dad's funeral Friday, feeling nervous. Our thoughts and prayers and love go out to you, Debbie. It's a difficult time. And we know that funerals are a little bit sensitive, but I'm sure it will go well and you'll be surrounded by your friends and family. So we'll be thinking of it. Oh, okay. All right then. All right. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, yeah, that's okay, Richard. I'm just gonna Julie, we don't have a roast unless we have family over. We have a late breakfast. Yeah, I get that. I do that sometimes. We have a lazy Sunday, we get up, and sometimes we have a nice cooked breakfast because that's lovely too. So I think we've got may have some guests coming in shortly. Leslie Lang, my husband and son took my 7-year-old grandson golfing. Oh, wow. They sent me photos of my grandson. I was so proud of him. Oh, precious memories, precious moments. They're so important. You can show him that when he gets a bit older. Wow, that's amazing. Golfing. A lot of people go golfing. Near where I used to live, there used to be a golf course and they'd all be out on the Sunday mornings and there was half the golf course on one side of the road and half on the other. And quite often, if you were walking, you'd have to be careful that you didn't get hit by a golf ball, and they are quite hard if they hit you. So, yes, golfing is a good Sunday sport. Ah, Helen likes to love a walk on a Sunday, but more so in spring and summer and a nice cooked roast. Well, I don't know about you, everybody on here, but the daffodils are coming out. We've got snowdrops, so it's nice to be out on a crisp Sunday morning. So thank you very much for sharing all your wonderful Sunday thoughts with me and some perfect Sundays with me. So have we got somebody in yet, Richard, or not? So, oh, they didn't. Okay. I've got another. So keep telling me all about your perfect Sundays, but I have got another question for you. So if you wrote a book or if a book was written about you and your life, what would the title be? Now, okay. Okay.
Good morning, everybody. Richard
Oh,
here. Hope you can hear me okay. Karen, you've asked that question. How about you, though?
How
What
about,
would you say? What would be your title?
oh my God.
That'd be your title. Oh my God.
No,
Oh,
no, no,
right,
no, no,
okay.
no, no. Do you know what? I've never, I mean, I get these questions, but I never, I haven't really thought about that. I suppose it would be, I did it my way, or could have done better. Life is
Well,
never
isn't that two
boring.
songs so far you've just
Yes,
done?
it is. It is. It is. Um, life, um, life is a journey. Enjoy it, because that's what I do say. So I think life is a journey, and we have to enjoy it. What's yours then? The man that
I
never
would
goes to sleep.
a perfect. Well, there's the title there. The title I think would be good for you.
Yeah.
From reality to beyond,
Ooh, that's a
or
good
to
one.
reality, from reality to spirit, or from spirit, or back to
Yeah.
spirit, or whatever. Words around that sort of thing.
Mm. Well, if I ever write a book, I'll bear that one in mind.
This is
Although,
dedicated to Richard James at SBTV. Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. But, talking of books, I don't know if I'd write a book about myself, but I've written some stuff which I've got short stories and things, which are based on characters, but they're not, but there's parts of my life in it, if that makes sense. So I put things that have happened to me in my stories, but I create characters to portray them. So that's how I do it. So Mand Bennett has just said, live life to the max. Well, yeah, I agree with that, Mand. And I think that's a little bit of a quote for life, isn't it? You have to live life to the max. And I do love your picture. You're looking absolutely, your little caricature there. Yes, it should, Rebecca. I like that. Richard's title should be The Man with the Radio Voice.
Or how
Absolutely.
about Richard and his SBTV Angels?
Oh, I like that one too, because I always say that you're Charlie's angel. You're like Charlie from Charlie's Angels. Now, I don't know if anybody remembers that show, but it used to be Farrah Fawcett Majors, Kate Smith, and I can't remember the other one. And then they changed it because Farrah Fawcett went, and it was Cheryl Ladd. No, Jacqueline Smith. It was Jacqueline Smith and Kate somebody, I can't think now. But I used to love that program. So yes, Richard and his SPTV Angels. I'm sure Nick won't mind being called an angel.
I can then turn around and say, "Hello, angels. How are you today?"
Oh, I like that. I love that. That's brilliant. That's really, really good.
I should create a
So,
graphics really where you've got some of the um, SBTV hosts running, and there's like flames behind explosions and names coming out, SBTV Angels, and then the spirit energy flying down. I'm getting a bit carried away with myself now.
well, we could do that for Let Loose, couldn't we, on Wednesdays? That would be good.
Yeah.
So that would be very good. So come on, everybody. What's your book title? What would your book title be? Linda's written a storybook for children called The Tearful Little Tree. Oh, I love that, Linda, because that's brilliant. You ought to get Nick to publish it for you, because he's quite good with all of that. That would be lovely. Helen Smith says, forever chasing rainbows. Yes, Helen, but have we found our pots of gold? Probably not. So Dion has said, work in progress, Angel. Oh, I like that as well. Yeah. I think do you know what? We are a work in progress, aren't we, really? All of us, trying to keep going and what have you. Here she is, our wonderful Clara. Good morning, Clara. It's lovely to have you on. Yes, she's saying, good morning, Karen and Boss Richard Angels. So, Clara, what would your book title be? Come on, get it written up in the chat. I'd love to know. I would really love to know. I didn't know that you were free this morning. Otherwise, I would have invited you to come and join me. Julie
She can still
Orkney,
jump on if she wants. But
Clara.
I think Neil's still there. He doesn't go back until the evening.
Oh, does he not? I thought he was
Yeah, I
going
don't think
back
so yet.
today. Oh, right. Okay. Julie Orkney. Oh, blimey. If only I knew. As a natural born medium, it's fitting. A horrendous but loving experience. Still ongoing. 60 years old this year. Yes, I know the feeling, Julie. When you hit your 60s, it can be fun because you are who you are. And that's another good title. It's I Am Who I Am, which is you know, Lindsay Wright, Live, Love, and Carry On. I like that one.
I do
And I
like the
want
Carry On films.
yes, Carry On films. And I
That's a
wouldn't
bit like
mind.
SBTV, really, isn't it? You look at some of the hosts.
It is a
Here we
bit.
go then. Here's a bit of a laugh and a giggle for everybody, including
Go on
yourself,
then.
Karen.
Go on then.
Who would be the characters? So you've got Kenneth Williams. Who could play Kenneth Williams from one
Well,
of the hosts?
out of our
Out of the
hosts.
hosts, yeah.
Oh gosh, I don't
You
know.
know, who could be Sid James?
Oh,
If you don't know what a carry on is, if you're from a different country, you've never heard of it, or whatever the case may be, go online, use a search engine, and type in carry on films, and you'll find loads of them.
oh, I don't know. Oh gosh, that I don't want to offend anybody.
It's
Um,
not offended. It's a compliment. Take it as a compliment.
oh, I don't know. I don't know. Let me just think. Let me just think. Who could be Sid
Well,
James?
Clara's saying Nick
Oh,
is Kenneth
Nick as
Williams.
Kenneth Williams. Yes, that would be good. That would be good. Yeah. So who would be Sid James? What about uh oh Marcus or Minty? I don't.
Stacey saying, where was his laugh? He's laughing.
Oh, he's
No,
got
that's.
it. He was a little bit
I don't know.
saucy, wasn't he, old Sid
Oh,
James?
maybe Stacey's saying that I'm saucy then. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. So who would be? Oh no, we better we better not go there. Who would be? Oh, I don't know. Let's think of some of the other Carry On people. Oh, I can't
You got
think now.
Joan Sims
Oh
as
yeah,
well. Barbara
could be a little.
Windsor.
She Joan Sims could be a little bit naughty, but she could be a little bit straight laced sometimes in some of the Carry-Ons, couldn't she?
Yeah.
So, oh, I don't know. Perhaps I could be Joan Sims then, maybe, because she was always she was a little bit older than the rest of them. I haven't got a clue who could be Barbara Windsor. Who would be Barbara Windsor?
I
Um,
would say that's got to be probably Sarah Andrews. But she's blonde, isn't she?
yes, yeah,
The Angel
definitely.
Lady. And
Yeah,
Windsor Days,
yeah.
everybody, not Windsor Days, Barbara Windsor, everybody loved her. She was an angel, I suppose. Put it that way.
Yeah, well, she was lovely at Barbara Windsor. I like Barbara Windsor, and she was quite a very good serious actress as well as all the carry-ons. She was at Great in EastEnders. Get out of my pub. So
Um,
she was a real character.
the thin
So
guy's name. Are you on about the Charles Hawtrey? Is
oh
that
yes,
Hawtrey? The one with
yeah,
the glasses?
Charles Hawtrey.
Hawtrey,
Yeah,
that's the one, yeah.
yeah, he was the thing. And then of course there was Jim Dale was in some of the
He was, yeah.
carry-ons.
Yeah.
Kenneth Cope, he was the little guy that always sort of got into trouble, didn't he?
Oh no,
Uh,
that's Kenneth Connor, wasn't it?
Kenneth Connor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kenneth Cope was in something else, wasn't he?
I
There's
can't
been
remember.
so many people over the years. Leslie Phillips was in the carry-ons.
Frankie Howard was one of them as well.
Yes, he was. Gosh, we're going back now. But do you know what? Those carry-on films, they're still watched and they're still on. You know, the channels now, and they're still funny. You can still laugh at them. I can remember the one where it was Carry On Up the Jungle, where they're being invaded and they're all sort of sitting around
Oh,
the
doing like a
table.
jars and Tarzan thing,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that was brilliant. So
Who
yeah,
was that one had that oh yeah, it's like he had that little moustache, didn't he? And you go, oh, sort of thing all the time. Oof, oof,
I
wah.
can't
He would do
think.
that when he go like, wah, all the
Oh,
time.
him. Oh, that's Leslie Phillips. That's
Yeah, that's
Leslie
the
Phillips.
one. Yeah, Leslie
Yeah,
Phillips. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. He was in the Carry On Doctor films, wasn't he?
He
And
was, yeah.
yeah, yeah. And oh yeah, there was Leslie Phillips. Jim Dale was in that as well. I can't think now who else was in them all. But do you know what? I think they'll stand the test of time, and not many films sometimes do. But I think they do stand the test of time because we can all remember them sort of growing up. I can remember them watching them as a child as well. So anyway, so we've started something now on movies.
We have. Well, I know
I
we've got
love
to blame.
movies. I love movies.
Yeah. We've got Ashley Oliver in. Hi, Ashley. Nice to see you.
Oh, hello, Ashley. How are you doing? It's nice to see you. It is nice to see you. So, okay, what's my other question? Now, in life situations, so stuff that you do in your life, do you analyze a situation first, or do you go with your intuition, or do you do the combination of both? So what do you do, Richard? Do you analyze, or do you go with your gut instinct, your
I go with
intuition?
my gut feelings, but then Terry analyzes it and tells me what the truth is.
Oh, bless her.
Look, I do look into things from all different angles. I think it's best to. And when one's in a situation where you need to think, maybe you can ask spirits help or guidance. You
Yeah,
may get a feeling that's right. But yeah, I think most of the time it's your gut feeling. If you go into a place and you go, this doesn't feel right, or
yeah.
he or she doesn't feel right, or that electrician, that plumber, that mechanic, or whatever, or even that medium, that reader just doesn't feel right,
Mm-hmm.
walk away. That's
Mm,
what I say.
yeah.
Because you're being guided. You know, people say it's a sixth sense, but is it? Is it really your spirit guide coming in? We don't know.
Quite possibly. So share your
How about you?
experiences. Well, with me, I'm a bit like you. I've gone against my gut instinct, especially with moving house. You know, I've thought with my head rather than what I feel. And this time where I am now, um, I walked in and I thought, yeah, this feels right. The village. And years ago, before I came to live in this village, Mike and I drove through it, and I said, oh, I could live here. I just said it as soon as we came over the threshold of the village. Oh, I could live here. It had a nice feel about it, and now I am living here. So there you go. So again, a combination of both. I think it's important to. I try not to analyze too much. Otherwise, you end up going around in circles and coming back to the beginning and not making any decisions. And also, sometimes we need to take a bit of a risk, go with what you feel, because life's for living. So see, Julie just says go with it and then think. Or
See,
instead of saying, oh, here, I should have thought of that out loud.
yeah, a typical human behavior is when, let's say, for example, you want something,
Yeah.
maybe a new phone,
Mm-hmm.
or a new car, or something which could be quite expensive. So what we tend to do is we ask everybody else's opinion.
Yep.
Really, you've already made your mind up that you want to go for this new car. You know
Yep.
what you want to get, but you're asking other people's opinions just to see if they agree with you. If they
Yep.
don't, then you will actually say, well, what about this, or what about that? Because you don't want to be persuaded otherwise.
Yep.
So really,
Absolutely.
are you listening to your intuition? But what I always say to people, if you get into something that's serious, read, read, read. Get the contract and sit down and read it. Don't just sign for it, because you just never know what's in that small contract. Got to be
Mm.
careful.
Oh, I know that. I know that.
I
It's
remember. Do you remember the? Sorry to interrupt you. Do you remember the company Rumbelows?
yes, I knew somebody that worked for them, believe it
Yeah.
or not.
Um, I went there many, many years ago before they went down. Probably my fault they went down, but there you go. I went in to buy a stereo. I was
Yeah.
young, about 18, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
And then the manager in the shop basically got to sit there, sign here, mate, to get it on credit. And I said, well, okay, can I sit and read it first? And he went, oh, we've never had that done before. I said, well, I need to know what I'm signing into for this credit. I
Mm-hmm.
was young, a bit naive. I needed to
Yeah.
know what I was doing. So I sat there and read it. And I was making crosses that I didn't agree to. And right at the very bottom, I said, I do not agree to this contract. I would pay you the deposit plus 1 month payment. And after that, I will refuse to pay, and I'll have this machine for free. The manager just looked at it and signed it. Didn't even bother reading what I wrote.
Oh,
So when
wow.
he actually came to me, because I stopped paying a direct debit, he said, you've got to pay. I went, no, I don't. I clearly stated in the contract that your manager agreed to.
Yeah.
Obviously, he'd never get away with it now,
No.
because it's all done digitally. Everything is still, in them days, was all
Mm.
paper.
Mm.
And so, yeah, I actually got away with it. Sorry, I didn't steal. I read a contract, didn't agree to it,
So
So,
you were a very astute man even in your younger days, Richard.
I still do now. When Facebook blocked us for those 5 months,
Yeah.
and when they allowed us to come back on again, I had to sit there and read all their terms. And I'm not the one person who's just going to scroll through it. I sat and read. And that's when I found out that when you sign up to their star system, you're signing over the copyright to them. So SPTV and everything's all trademarked and copyrighted.
Yeah.
I'm giving it to Facebook. And if I go off the platform and go somewhere else and use it, they could sue me and ask for
God.
damages.
God.
And
Yeah.
there's other terms and conditions in there as well, like selling your details onto a third party, your medical records. So you're agreeing to all this because you're not reading it.
Mm.
And then they contact your doctor and said, "Oh, we want the medical records because we're going to sell them to nearest bidder in America." And this person's agreed to it. And it's like, what? Well, because you didn't know, you didn't read it. And it's all about, I went into a shop the other day to buy something and they said, "Oh, can we have your email address for a receipt?" I went, "No,
Yeah.
you can't." "Well, we can't give you a receipt then." I said, "Well, in fact, you have to because you're breaking the law, but I don't want to give you to my email because you're going to sell it onto a third party. Why should I allow that? I'm not allowing that." Yes, I am fussy when it comes to that. So
You
people
are. You are. Be
read,
careful.
please read what you're doing.
Yeah. Do you
Yeah.
know what? Since listening to you, I have been a little bit more mindful because, I went into not, I don't know if it was Rumbelows or Curry's, one of them, and when I bought things, I haven't read. I just go because you're in that moment. You want to get it home. You want to set it up.
Yeah.
And you want to, and you just sign it. And sometimes, but you have made me think, um, about stuff. And I had to redo my insurance recently. Read it, Karen, look to make sure it's all done. And there was a mistake on it, so I had to contact them, and that would have been a little bit detrimental to me if I hadn't have picked that up. So thank you, Richard.
Yeah. Well, I think it's this is what I love about SBTV, the community. I'm just reading the comments now,
Mm,
how they
mm,
converse with one another. And they're
yeah,
talking how they're guiding and how supporting.
yeah.
Now, as everybody know, when I set up SBTV, it was about bringing people together. That's our slogan. That's our ethos.
Hmm.
And when I watch other channels, they don't. It's just like, "Can I have a reading, please? Can I have a reading, please?" And then it's just the medium or the reader and them, and that's it. There's no community feel to it, and it's quite horrible. Whereas here we encourage people to come onto Zoom, chat with us. Stay Sure show at 6 o'clock tomorrow. It's a show for everybody to come onto Zoom
Mm.
and have a conversation, be a part of the community. And no doubt that Stace will be doing readings along with Christine and other people. It's about communicating, get things off your chest,
Mm.
bringing people together.
It's
And
about
that's what
balance. We
it
need a
is.
little bit
Yeah.
of balance in our lives, because we have personal responsibility. And although the spirit world want to say, "I'm there for you, I'm here for you," we have to take responsibility for this life. And there's
Yeah.
things that we do in this life that are our own fault. So, for instance, I made a bad move a few years ago. I moved to a house and I shouldn't have moved to it. It was wrong. It was completely wrong. I was a bit blinkered when I went to view it. I should have looked into it more. That was my fault. It wasn't spirit's fault. It wasn't anybody else's fault. And I took
See,
responsibility for that.
why
And
would it be Spirit's fault?
well, because some people say, spirit guide me, spirit either gave me that lesson to learn, or I've heard it, Richard, people say, "Well, spirit gave me that lesson to learn, but I walked away from it okay."
See, I don't
Um,
get that. Why would people pass the buck on to Spirit?
well, I don't know. I
See,
I
I
know
think
it
it's a cop out. Really do.
possibly, yeah, it could be. I've known people that have, this is why I always say when I do a reading that we have our own free will.
There you go.
If we don't want to do something, we won't do it. But sometimes we get caught up with things. There was a lovely lady that I knew many years ago. She originally came from Scotland, and she had a reading, and she said, "Spirit told me to move to Scotland, so I'm moving to Scotland." I said, are you happy here? Do you want to go back to Scotland?" "No," she said, "but Spirit have told me, so I'm going." Now, I heard through the grapevine that she wasn't happy when she went back to Scotland. It wasn't right for her. But somebody said it in a reading and she went. So this is the responsibility that we have as mediums and readers. We have to take that, we have to be careful because, people do take things that we say literally. especially if it
absolutely.
comes from spirit. And we have to have that responsibility. So I always say that the spirit world give their advice, and it's up to you what you do with it. Even if you have a card reading, you know, if you don't want to do something that's come up in the cards, or it doesn't feel right for you, then don't do it. Take responsibility for it.
You made me laugh yesterday. You're going on that. I know we've gone on to, we deviated a little bit here. But I
That's
hope people
fine.
don't mind. But obviously, share your views. If anybody wants to come on Zoom, share your views, go live with us, please do. Stay said tomorrow is all about development and start with your journey. So that'd be interesting for the 6 p.m. show. But
Good.
last night we put Jake on
Yeah.
because we haven't put Jake on for a while. So we put him on because sadly this show couldn't be on because we meant to have to around the table, but
Yeah.
sadly couldn't go forward. And so we put Jake on, and we had this individual come on, a medium. And the comments that was said about Jake, bear in mind, Jake is an AI. He's not
Yeah.
real. He's a real
Yeah.
human. He's a real actor. And it's his voice and so forth. But what I've done, I've created a script through the software and hardware that we use that picks a random person's name from the chat and a random card and puts them together and gives them a reading through the description of the author's book. So whatever the author has written down in the booklet, we've copied, and Jake is just saying from word to word. So it's not interpretations of anybody else apart from the author. So it's the author's interpretation of the reading. Like if you're giving a reading, Karen, it's your interpretation of what spirit tells you.
Yeah.
It's similar sort of thing. And he came on as a medium, and he turned around and said, what a load of generic nonsense rubbish. And I sat there and I thought, well, he's right to a degree. It is generic. Most people can take that. But then again, as a medium, one would assume he is also generic. I've got your dad here. He is grey. He's going grey. He's got a cough. He had a heart attack. Lot of breath when he was dying. Couldn't see very well. Well, as you get to a certain age, a lot of that happens because the body starts to pack up. It's nature. So what I've just said there is very generic. So, and I hear that through mediums all the time. I'm not saying this individual does that because I haven't watched him. I will do to see if he does anything generic, and I go on there and say very generic nonsense you're coming with. But they do, don't they? They don't give specifics. I know it's hard, and I'm not putting any medium down. Please don't take it the wrong way. It's just that should the medium take that responsibility as what you were saying just a moment ago?
Yes, I agree. And this is quite interesting because I've been working with my circles, and I took this exercise to Spirit Quest last week. I'm a great believer in finding out the story of our communicators. So, and I always try to find out who I'm talking to. And we've been working to get more specific information from the communicator's story. So within my circle, we've been finding, so I'm going to share the story that happened to me. One of the girls, lovely Sharon in my circle, shared, she brought my grandfather through. Now, I never knew my grandfather, but I know, but there's lots of, he's a little bit of a family legend in our family. And she brought some wonderful information, specific information about my grandfather. She told me about a job that he did during the Second World War. She also told me that there was some memorabilia and information connected with our family in a museum, which was correct. And she brought some other stuff as well, which was very, specific. So this is what I'm working with at the moment, or trying to do with my own mediumship, and also with the people that I teach, because I don't want to give any of those skeptics out there something to moan about. because I think it's important that we try to tell the communicator's story, because not every granddad was, you know, is sitting there as a granddad. They had a life. They did things. They went out. They, you know, maybe your grandmother was a tiller girl. Maybe your grandmother was a 60s hip chick. So, well, if you
What do you
think
mean by
about
hip
it,
chick? Because my mind's just gone wandering now.
if you think about it, Richard, if you think about it, you know, if you think about grandmothers now, they were sort of, you know, young women in the 60s, 70s, wore short skirts or hot pants, went out disco dancing all night. They weren't grandma that takes you to school and bakes you apple pies. They had a life before that, you know. My mother drove ambulances during the Second World War. So if you think about it, try to share their story, you know, what they were about, their connection with the community, with the recipient. So I think that's important. And I've put myself on the spot now because everybody's going to, when I do my readings later, but it's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. And sometimes it works absolutely spot on. And sometimes it doesn't. And yes, but it depends on, you know, if the medium is, you know, connected well with the spirit, with the spirit communicator. And I really do try to do that for people in
But that,
readings. You know, that's what I aspire to do.
but there's the difference, isn't it? It's the honesty
Yeah,
within that reading. What was it? Was it Nick the other day who went live and he said, "I've got nothing. I've got nothing here."
yeah,
It was like, well, that's being honest. Some people would just probably blag it. Some
yeah,
people would just think, oh, well, they won't know what I'm saying. If you're honest with yourself and say, I've got nothing, or I've got that wrong, you know, that's what I like about a lot of the readings on here. And just using dead plugs, or so she was a high def, and then she's on. I love winding her up every single time. And she gives it back as well when she brings a Margaret in, and she
mm,
brings a baby in, and she
mm,
brings Jack in. And it's the three things. And I say to her, here we go. How many Margarets are we going to get today? And I have to be quiet sometimes because she's always right. That person
yes,
goes, yeah, I know Margaret, she's my auntie. Oh,
yeah,
yes, there's the baby just been born. You know, oh, I know of a baby. So she's never wrong. And it's thinking, there's so many things that we may take the mickey about. And the medium may say something, is that you will find it, it will happen. And then a few
mm,
days later, the recipient will come back and say, what you said the other day has just come true.
yeah,
And you're just thinking how wonderful that insight that they have, that we all mediums have when communicating. It's just making sure they take the responsibility. They say things that it's way it should be spoken.
mm,
Don't change what spirit is giving you, because if you put your own interpretation into it, it could be wrong.
yeah, yeah.
And talking about, should we jump onto Kate A?
Oh, yes. Okay. That's
Because
a
I've
good
been waffling
idea.
for
I
ages.
know we have, haven't we? And you tell me and Nick off for that, and now you're doing it. So give yourself a slap wrist. I'm going to have to tell Nick this. He'll really laugh. He will really laugh. So old Deb's come on.
Yeah,
So let's just see what she says. Think that depends on the communicators. Same as us. They may not want to talk about themselves. I don't want to talk about me. They may not want to talk about themselves. That's true,
absolutely.
Deb. And actually,
Yeah,
that can be evidence. Because if you say, "Oh, this person's not very close, doesn't want to talk about, is private, and everything in the family was private," that to me is evidence as well. So
yeah,
there you go. It's who they were. It's the family dynamic.
yeah.
So
Yeah, just going to what Rebecca Woodley is saying, Richard, I am following on TikTok now. Do I go into the draw, please? What we're doing is we're trying to reach 1,000 followers on TikTok. If you're on TikTok, please follow us at SPTV UK. All our handles on social media is at SPTV UK. Go on there. I get a list from TikTok of who is following me. Once we reach 1,000 followers, all those who have been kind enough to watch us grow and so forth, and they'll be put into a draw. The winner will be announced on the channel on Karen and Nick's show, and they can win a one-to-one reading with a reader of their choice who was on our channel. SBTV will pay the bill for them, as long as it's not over £5, we'll be fine. You know, so So please follow us. Your name will be automatically into the draw. Once we reach the 1,000, a lucky winner will be pulled out to say you won a one-to-one reading.
Wow. How wonderful is that? So get on TikTok. Come on. If I can go on TikTok, anybody can. In fact, I want to go and find out a little bit more about TikTok so that, in fact, I was actually going to go on, Richard, and have a look at who's on there. Mediums and psychics. I was going to see who's on there and have a little bit of a play with TikTok, but I've just been too busy. I haven't had a chance, but I've put that on my list of things to do as valuable research for SPTV and me.
Absolutely.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a break now, and we're going to go to our lovely Kate May. So roll them, Richard.
Good morning, everybody. It is the 26th of February, and we are looking at your week ahead for each zodiac sign. My name's Kate May, Modern Day Mystic. You can catch me on www.katemay.co.uk if you'd like to book a reading or see any of my info. Okay, we're going to go for Aries. Aries, it's a week of change. It's the Tower. I don't think we've had this for a while for you. So expect the unexpected this week, Aries. Changing things up, shaking the routine around. However, in that change, in that shake up, it's going to lead you to be able to rebuild things stronger and better than what they were originally. So like I said, expect the unexpected this week, Aries. Little bit of movement and change going on for you. However, a rebuild will follow. Taurus, battling. Now, this card, Taurus, for you this week indicates that everyone's talking, but no one's really listening. So you may find that you want to, either listen a bit more to other people's opinions, but that's all they are, just an opinion. Doesn't mean it's right or wrong. Could be that you're battling things in your mind this week, Taurus. You've got a lot going on. So it can indicate that you might need to step back a little bit and see things from a different point of view. Try not to get involved in too much drama this week, Taurus. Gemini, healing from the past. Now, there could be past situations coming back around you this week, or a person from the past coming back in this week, but it's all about healing, Gemini. And nostalgia, so you could be thinking about past loved ones or childhood memories, but we want to look on a positive. Scorpio, Sun in Scorpio, so a shining light on perhaps a more difficult time that may have already happened. We're now shining light because there is healing. Accept apologies, accept offers of good news this week. Cancer, strength card. You're going to need all the strength that you can muster up this week, Cancer, to get through. Be gentle with yourself, be kind to yourself, but also be gentle and kind to others in the situation. This card is about tact. You're going to be able to hold your power and win by being tactful and gentle and sensitive. Don't throw your toys out the pram. Let people eat out the palm of your hand. Sensitivity and tact is what's needed. Leo, the end of a difficult time, karmic endings, things are coming full circle. You may feel a little bit let down by some people there. Don't worry about it. It's all part and parcel of this new chapter that's building up for you, Leo. Let go, accept what's happened, close the door on things, however traumatic they are. Difficult times are coming to an end, karmic releases for you. Virgo, you're moving into calmer waters. A transition takes place this week, Virgo, where you may be going from one stage to another. Something more positive is coming up for you. Even if you don't know quite where you're heading, things are going to get better. Trust the process, Virgo. Libra, heartbreak, disappointment, sadness, could be blood tests coming up this week for you, Libra. Now, this week, Libra, it's going to be better that you release things, that you don't hold on to any pain or any anger, that you release, that you cry, and that you action things that are causing you discomfort there. Scorpio, the sharing card. Money could be coming in this week for you, Scorpio, to clear debt, to clear balance, to pay things off. If you've asked for a little bit of extra, you should get it there. Or perhaps you're feeling a bit flush and you're going to be able to help others. The key this week is about balance, clearing things, balancing things, getting some order around you. You may be looking at charity work or helping others, like I said, or you could be getting the help this week. It's a very good card for charity or for being able to help and get balance in practical areas. Sagittarius, you're getting that penny dropping moment this week. It's a big week, Saggies, for you. This week indicates that there's this clarity coming, this bigger picture. You're able to see the bigger picture. You can kind of go, aha, I get it. And with that, it's a big choice, big decision, a big transformation takes place this week, Sagittarius, for you, allowing you to release. Aquarius, no, Capricorn, I'm losing where I am. Capricorn, look at the cup half full, not half empty. It could be a little bit difficult this week for you with emotions, Capricorn. So it's going to be really important that you do look on a positive rather on a negative. Yes, things might have gone wrong. There could be losses. However, there is still plenty of good things around you. That's what you need to look at. Aquarius, choices, choices, choices. You need to do a bit more research to Aquarius. Don't take things at face value. Scratch the surface a bit more. Reevaluate where your emotional needs are. Are you on the right path? Are you with the right people? Are you making the right choices and decisions? If you're unclear about something, this really asks you to use your intuition, but you're going to need to dig a bit deeper. And Pisces, the manifestation card, fabulous, because a lot of you are going to have birthdays. This says you can do it. You've got all the tools to do the job this week, Pisces. As above, so below. You can create your reality. Dreams can come true. It's about action. It's about manifesting. You've got to do something. Don't be lazy, but you've got absolutely all the tools that you need to do the job. Amazing.
He's doing his bit too, bless him. Oh. Hello, everybody. Slight technical hitch there because we didn't know that I was live.
My fault.
There you
Hands
go.
up completely, everyone. My fault. Waffle away with Karen.
I
Putting the
know.
world to right as one does.
We are. I was just saying, actually, there wasn't anything secret about it. I was just saying that my lovely partner, Mike, he's a patient transport ambulance driver, and he tells everybody about SPTV, and he says, my missus is on it. So, and somebody had come across it on YouTube. So the word is spreading. YouTube, Facebook, TikTok. And remember, get on there and follow us, because as soon as we hit that 1,000, then we can actually go live. And also, maybe we can improve or give a different aspect to mediumship and a channel on TikTok, because some people like it, some people don't.
Yeah. Well, you look at what Debbie Keller was saying there.
Yeah.
Can have terrible mediums. I do watch them sometimes, and I think this is awful. And some of them, they take the mickey, and they get thousands of followers. You just, there was one I watched the other day, 178,000 followers.
Wow.
And she was just awful. I just thought, how are people believing this? It's beyond me. So this is why I feel if we can get the SBTV on TikTok, we can show the quality of mediumship, the quality of readers that are on here to help other people. And it's not about gaining money, because everybody knows that SPTV is 100% free.
Yeah.
Yes, we do have a VIP section, which we ask people to kindly donate 33 pence. Do we get that? No, we don't. We don't have hardly anybody who kindly donates. And because we understand people can't afford it, or it's too expensive, or whatever the circumstances may be, but we don't mind. We still keep plodding along. I keep paying for it. Other people may donate and say, okay, this is for this or whatever, which is really nice of them. The hosts don't get paid, everyone. They do all this for free, so please support them as well. Go along to the page, book them for private readings or for workshops to talk, because they're there to make a living, and it's important for them, and so they give their time. So you might think you've seen Karen here for 2 hours, but she's probably been here for 3 hours.
Yeah.
You got the half an hour before the show, probably half an hour afterwards, to discuss. And hope you don't mind me saying, Karen, but you and Nick, when the show finishes, you do worry. Was it okay? Was there enough viewers? Did we do enough readings? Have we pleased someone? Because the concern you have, making sure that people out there are getting the message that is needed. And it's lovely when I would say nearly all, if not all of the hosts on here, on SPTV, not the guest hosts, because that's different. I mean, the regular shows, they all concerned, they're all given up 3 hours of their lives, or 2 hours, where they could be doing readings and earning a living, but they choose to come on here. And I'm grateful for you to do that, for you and Nick to do that.
Well, I know Nick does love being on here as much as I do, and all the hosts, because it's it's the premier channel out there. I remember when it first started, I was introduced to this channel by Bill Hughes, and I love the ethos. I like Richard straight away as soon as he started talking to me.
Oh, I couldn't stand you. You did my head in the way you spoke.
It's his lovely, saucy, sexy voice. So yeah. But going with what Debbie said, we've got a fight on our hands in a way, and we can't give up. So all those hosts, all those mediums that work with the passion, with the love to be served, to be of service to spirit, to bring through, to connect people with their loved ones again, to help the healing process to happen. We've got a bit of a fight and a journey. And we laughed the other week, Nick and I, we were going the marching through TikTok and things like that. But maybe that's what we've got to do. Maybe we've just got to stay true to who we are, have that integrity and sincerity, and just keep going. And then, that sounds a bit cliched, I know, but that light within the dark, because some people need that connection, and we need people with integrity and sincerity to work with and I know that if the people that I know and love, and colleagues of mine, and people at Spirit Quest, the people on SPTV, the mediums I know within the SNU, and other mediums out there, that I've seen work, that's what we're doing. And we're trying to get the message out. And sometimes it's hard. And spiritualism has always been a pioneering religion. Spiritualists in the early days have had it tough. They traveled, they kept going, and we mustn't give up. We really mustn't give up, because to honor those people that have gone before us, we must just keep the faith and keep going. Yeah. That's my little rant over.
There's also a lot that goes on behind the scenes that people don't know about. For example, we have someone waiting in the wings right now.
We do.
Stay Shaw, and she does a lot of work for SBTV, and people are not aware. I'm going to bring you on, Stacey. I don't mean to embarrass you here. I really don't. I feel that it's important that people see that lovely laugh you got, that smile, and praise you up for the work that you do here on SBTV. There you go.
Oh, hello, Stace. Lovely to have you on this morning.
You are live. Everybody can see you, by the way. But
she
no,
doesn't mind.
Stace. This is Stace Shaw, everybody. She runs the show. She's been on SBTV.
Hi, everyone. Good morning.
For many years. We can't get rid of her. For someone who, no matter what we try, she keeps bouncing.
I'm like a bad penny. I keep turning up.
But her dedication to SBTV, and I greatly appreciate it. So thank you. With booking mediums for the channel, it's a hard task sitting there, vetting them, making sure they're up to the standard of Stace's standard, my standard, and the viewers' standards. It's a lot of work. How do you do it, Stace?
Patience, which isn't one of my strongest points. Basically, I just know what I'm looking for. It's like what Karen said, you have to be mindful that there are fake and frauds out there, and if they're too generic, or they're asking too many questions, or I feel like they're being nosy, I stay clear of them, because it's just not worth the risk of the reputation. I find it disrespectful to spirit. It would be disrespectful to the channel, and it would be disrespectful to all the other mediums that are genuine out there and that do this work just purely for the simplicity of helping people. It is hard finding the right people, because I like people with lots of personality as well. And you get some readers that are just so strict and rigid, mentioning their organizations. But there are mediums out there that are so strict and rigid that don't put their own personality in, and you think to yourself, well, if that's all you're doing is sticking by a rule book and not putting your own personality into it as well as the spirit's personality, what's the point in doing it? It's got to be something fun. It's got to be something you enjoy, as well as making it enjoyable for those that are watching. Thank you, Nicola. So yeah, I try and find people with personality that respect spirit, that love what they do. And if I feel, it's like you were saying earlier about going with gut instincts with people, I always go with gut instincts. And if something feels off, I won't touch them.
Do you know what? It's interesting you're talking about gut instinct there, Stace, because I think we used to be more intuitive, but technology is a wonderful thing. I mean, we wouldn't be on here without it, but we've still got, and I think what Richard said, we sort of look to other people's opinions. We look to see what other people have done in our lives instead of sort of going with our gut instincts and that intuition. And there's been times where I've gone with my head rather than my gut, and you know, and
and it's
regretted
gone
it.
wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah,
regretted it.
yeah.
So,
I
yeah.
think the key is with myself. I don't know that. See, this is a question for everybody as well as for you, Karen. Do you think gut instinct can be taught? Because when I've raised my children and they've come to me with certain scenarios, said, Mum, I don't know what to do, or I don't know how to handle this, or I don't know which direction to go. I've always said, well, what is your gut telling you? And they're saying, well, how do I know it's my gut?
Yeah.
And the only way I can describe it, it's like a little fuzzy tingly feeling. You'll get a little fuzzy tingling feeling, whether it feels right. Ask if it feels right. If you get that tingly feeling, you know it's right, and go with it. What's the worst that can happen, you know?
Yeah.
So I've raised my children to learn how to tune into themselves rather than rely on other people's opinion, which has served them well for the most part, especially
Yeah.
with the troubles with school and everything else. My daughter, she's 16 this year, and she's very aware of people's characters, and she knows who she can trust and who she can't. But that's because I've taught her to follow her instincts and follow her gut rather than listen to everybody else's opinion, like Richard was saying.
Absolutely. I mean, it's so true. I mean, I can remember my mum, bless her. I'd bring friends home from school and for tea and all that sort of stuff. And I would know the ones that my mum liked and who she didn't like. And she said to me, and at the end, when we'd had a big falling out or whatever, she'd sort of say, I said, you weren't keen, were you? And why? And why didn't you tell me? She said, because you've got to find these things out for yourselves. You know, you've got to go with what you feel. And sometimes we get a little bit hurt along the way. But that also has an effect because we remember, or we go to our head and we think a little bit too much. So it's about finding the balance. And I do trust my gut more than I've probably ever done now, because it's always proved right when I've gone the opposite way.
That's it.
Yeah, it is. Claire Kendall's just says, when you get a message that and things are mentioned, only you would know, it helps with the pain and reassurance you that they are still looking over you. And so, yes, it's amazing. That feeling, Claire, when you know that spirit are around and when they tell you things, and it can be very uplifting and very reassuring as well. So it is important. It is important.
But that's it. People trust us to be able to give these messages and to give them with truth and honesty.
Yes.
So the minute that you do make it up and you don't, I would rather sit here and say, do you know what, I'm really sorry I haven't got anything, than sit here and make it up. Because once you get found out, because you do get found out, once you get found out that you have made it up, that trust and respect has gone. And it doesn't matter whether you're sorry for what you did or whether you wouldn't do it again. Trust takes a lifetime to earn and a second to break. And
I
when
like
it comes
to I like that.
when it comes to spirit messages, it's the same. Like you say, people take things at a word and people take things literally. People really believe that there is life after death. But I've known a couple of people that have given a fake messages out of frustration or whatever the reason. And it's like, do you know what? Stay away from me. That's it now, I'm done. And even years later, I still don't trust them. Don't come to me with a message because I won't trust it.
I get upset because I think, to what purpose are they doing that? Because it's not fair. It's not fair on the spirit world. It's certainly not fair on the person receiving that message. And this is why mediums sometimes have a tough time. So I think we've got to have that integrity. We really have.
It's ego, isn't it? It's ego and not wanting to feel embarrassed because you don't want to look silly not having anything. But you don't look silly for not having anything.
Yeah.
I don't see where the embarrassment is. That's why I have no problem owning it. It's, it's like with the generic stuff. Every now and again, I'll give a reading and some of my stuff will be very generic. And I'll say, I'm sorry, it's generic, but this is what they're giving me. So I openly admit that it's generic and that, umpteen people will be able to take the same message. So I try and find in the message something individual and really, really relevant that will relate to that person, so it moves away from the generic. Not always easy, like you say, sometimes it can be quite hard, but
But it comes down to the honesty again, though, doesn't it?
It does.
That's
If
it.
it is generic. Most readings are generic. We've proven that on SBTV many times.
Yeah.
How many times when a reader turned and said, "Right, I've got a gentleman here, got this and this and this," and we've got 3 or 4 people can take it. Well, yeah, we get the body snatchers, as they're called, who take every single message. And think, yes, and you're thinking, they must know a lot of people over there because they're taking everything, which is fine. We understand that. Is it for comfort for them? Maybe. It doesn't really matter, as long as it goes to the correct recipient. And those people, the body snatchers, realise that it may really might not be for you. It could be someone grieving on here so badly they need to hear from their loved ones.
Absolutely. Yeah. I've seen it in
is
churches.
generic,
I've seen it in churches as well, you know. It is hard when someone and sometimes without realizing it, you know, people say, "Oh, they got a message last week." Well, maybe there's a need there. Maybe they need to hear that message. Maybe they are grieving so badly, because we don't know what people are going through when they walk through a door or they come onto the channel. So there's that, you know.
Peer pressure as well. Yes, Sam. A lot of peer pressure. Especially when you're comparing yourself to other mediums when you first start. I made that mistake myself.
Oh, I've done it
comparing
too.
myself to other mediums, and it is the peer pressure. If you haven't got your head on, it does get to you, and you want to be better than the next person, or you want to be as equal as the next person. But what I say to that is, just be yourself. You can't compare yourself to anybody else because you're not like anybody else. Everybody works differently.
I did a Zoom service. This is back when Zoom first started, during lockdown, and I didn't have my laptop. I had an iPad, and I started the service, and I had to swipe to see for the people, and as I'm swiping, I can see all these mediums that have come on to the service, and I'm thinking, oh my God, why have they all come on? Why are those mediums watching me? And I went completely in my head, and I sort of lost, and I had to keep going back into my power, because I was worried about what those mediums were thinking of my work. And that was sort of down to me. I should have trusted spirit and got on with the job that I was doing and not worried about that. And a friend of mine, when I said, oh, it was a bit of a hit and miss last night because I got into my head, and she said, why did you get into your head? And I told her, and she said, next time that happens, just be pleased that people have come on to see you, and welcome them and say hello, and don't worry that they've come on. And, you know, on here, we get lots of mediums pop on here, and that sort of stopped those thoughts in my mind. But we do have to be careful of what I call mind chatter. This was said to me by my tutor, Simon James, years ago. Is it, you know, stop the mind chatter in your head, all the thoughts that are going around that you're creating, and just focus on what spirit are bringing you. So I've always remembered that. Always remembered.
Just want to read Claire's comment here, because you can tell when it's not genuine, as there's no empathy. It's a feeling you get, you know, deep down if it's sincere for you.
That's it.
Absolutely.
I agree with that completely.
Yeah.
I always go with the Harry Potter quote. All mediums started where we are now. If they can do it, why can't we?
And then we have Deb Clark saying, shouldn't worry about generic stuff. It's amazing how many people's lives are the same. Absolutely. Anyway, spirit will always give you one thing that others can't take, something specific to you.
Absolutely, Deb.
Exactly that. Yeah,
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Do you think when you start to learn how spirit communicates, do you think it comes down to the experience of the medium communicating? You know, is it because this is why the SNU maybe has so many years of training to make sure that you are communicating correctly? Or do you think it's just that you have this, as Deb, Claire said about the empathy? We all have empathy to a degree, don't we?
We do. We do have that empathy. But do you know what, Richard? We were talking before about people being trained to do a job.
Yeah.
And I always say this, you know, people say to me, I'm a natural medium. Well, most of us that are mediums are. But the reason why, you know, we sit in circle, or we go for training courses or seminars or to the Arthur Finney College or whatever, is to hone that natural gift, to understand it, to present it correctly, to know what we're doing, to take responsibility for it. And also, what also happens is when we get on the platform or start working, people suddenly think that we know, we've got that connection to the unseen world, and they seem to think that we know everything and beyond. Well, we don't. But you'd be surprised at, you know, the questions that I've got asked over the years about, you know, what's the spirit world like? When am I going to pass over to the spirit world? All these sorts of things I've been asked over the years. And we can only ask from our own experience and the experience we've had in this life. And the spirit world use those experiences to bring through the evidence. Because years ago, I worked in a shop, and my job was to stack the alcohol and all the cigarettes and sweets. So because I was looking at all these products every day, the spirit world then started using that within my own, the things within my own life, to give better specific evidence. So I could say, your grandfather drank Jack Daniels and smoked Marlboro Red, because I was surrounded by it all the day. So it's interesting, but it's not easy to talk to people. So, and when you get up on platform, I don't think anybody can just get up on platform and be natural. It takes training. You know, accountants are trained, actors are trained, musicians they're all trained. They've got a gift, but they're trained to fine tune that gift to the best of their ability. That's what I always say.
It's like training an electrician. If you get somebody to say, oh, I'm a natural electrician, and then start messing about trying to figure out how a light switch works, and then they blow themselves up in the process. They need that training.
Exactly.
They might know a lot about electrics and might know about how the way things work, but unless they physically do it in their hands and train how to do it, they don't actually know how to do it properly.
Yeah. And it can cause an issue. You know, people can, if you don't know what you're doing, it can cause big issues. So
for me, I'm naturally charming and good looking, so it just comes easy for me when I go out.
Well, I would say you're probably naturally charming, but I don't know if you're good looking, Richard, because I've never seen you, so I don't know.
I'm just joking, everyone, by the way.
You just need the training from Disney to be Prince Charming.
Definitely not by that company. Definitely not. No, thank you.
Dear, so I don't know.
Anyway, I think it's about time we went for a commercial break to give your voice box a rest.
Okay.
I mean that in a nice way.
Yep.
Is that your way of telling us to shut up waffling, Richard?
Yeah, but he was ruffling earlier, Stace. So
I heard.
Yeah. So, and then afterwards, we're going to come back with what's on later and also some reading. So, Roland, Richard, please.
Introducing the SPTV app, your digital spiritual guide for an enlightening journey like no other. Immerse yourself in a world of audio and visual content crafted to inspire, educate, and entertain. Seek guidance with our card of the day, choosing up to 6 cards for personal insights. Enhance your daily life with our wellness section, featuring nutritious recipes, affirmations, and balanced living tips. Explore our spiritualism section for a deep understanding of the religion, its principles, and spiritual answers. Unravel the secrets of the clairs and broaden your spiritual horizon. Easily find local readers, therapists, centers, or churches with our comprehensive directory. Stay connected with live broadcasts, check our schedule, and get to know our insightful presenters. Delve into the meanings of angel numbers, crystals, and a comprehensive list of divination meanings. All of this and more, available for free on the SPTV app. Download now at sptv.uk/app and start your journey with your digital spiritual guide.
Join Minty May live tonight from 8 p.m, offering tarot and mediumship readings to our viewers. Are you looking for some spiritual love or relationship guidance? If so, then join Jennifer Rose tomorrow from 8 p.m.
One, and you are.
Welcome
Hello,
back.
we are back, and our lovely Stace, bless her, has agreed to come on, and we're going to do some readings. And even as a very special treat, our Richard is going to pull a card for some lucky listener as well. So I hope you enjoyed those the VT. So tonight we've got Minty at 8 o'clock. Stace, what's happening tomorrow at 6?
Tomorrow at 6 p.m. we have my new show on Zoom, where you can jump on and interact with us, as well as watch from the YouTube and Facebook platforms. And tomorrow we're going to be exploring spiritual development. You know, what was it like at the start of your journey? We have Natalie Walker coming on, who's a developing medium herself and is doing quite well for herself, bless her. So I've asked her to come on to talk about at the start of her journey and how she managed it, maybe bust some myths. And if you've got any interesting stories about the start of your journey, even if you're an experienced medium, we'd love to hear from you, because I know there's some funny stories out there to be had. And just your experiences really, and what you think about mentors, and should you have a mentor? Do you believe that some people can be self-taught? That kind of thing. So yeah, it'll be an interesting topic for debate tomorrow.
Wonderful.
And there's
Sounds exciting.
we're also running a competition.
Ooh.
Competition time. So if you want to win one of my astrology books, which some of you know that I make, it includes five Celtic zodiac signs. You've got the Western, the Celtic, the Native, the Chinese. You've got life path number, guardian angel, #1 movie, #1 song, all kinds of things in this nice little presented book, or you can have it via email. I'm giving one away for free to those that come and share, like, and interact with us tomorrow. So
Wonderful.
Watch for that.
Great. That
Yeah,
sounds
all
brilliant.
good, exciting stuff. And we'll have Christine on doing her readings.
Lovely.
And I might do a couple of readings as well. So yeah, it's all good stuff.
Great. Well, that's 6 o'clock tomorrow. Then after that, with 8 o'clock, we have Jennifer Rose on as well. So it's all happening on SPTV as always. So that's lovely. And she says, I have one of Stacey's books, says Kim, and it's amazing. So they're getting out there. They're getting out there.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do some readings for people now. So do you want to go first, Stace? Oh, she says.
Can do.
Claire has just said,
I
love it when the boss does a card. So why don't we do, do you want to go first? You're shuffling away there, Stace. Do you want to?
I am. I'm trying to keep hold of them. These are my new cards. My daughter, my 16-year-old bought me these, nearly 16-year-old. Tales of the Tarot, they're called.
Oh, how exciting. They look nice.
They
love
are
lots
beautiful
of cards.
They are
Lovely.
beautiful. I don't normally do tarot because I find it a real struggle. So I'm going to give it a go and we'll see.
Okay.
So can we roll some names, Richard, please? Oh, I know. I'm making him work, people. It's disgusting behaviour. I can't get the staff.
I know. It's terrible, isn't it?
Hi, Leslie. Hi, Karen.
Well, is he saying that they look beautiful? That's good, isn't it? I'm looking forward to Richard pulling a card, as Claire said.
Okay, let's go back to Izzy, please. Okay, Izzy, let's see what we get for you, my darling. Now, I don't read these in the traditional tarot way, nor do I read from the book. So I'm going to go with my intuitive psychic reading, and we'll see what we get for you, Izzy.
That's the way I do it, Stacey. I've never read a tarot or an oracle card book in my life.
I don't believe in reading the book. I think the book is too much of the author's input in it. Oh, so you have the Hierophant. Oh, it's a beautiful cat. And this reminds me. Oh, that way. There you go. So you've got the Hierophant, and there's a beautiful cat there sat amongst the trees. This is from the forest deck part of the card, because there's 3 decks to this card deck. Now, what I want to say to you is the cat seems to be trapped by the mice and the little raccoon there. I don't know if you can see them in the picture. Just there, look. So I do feel a sense of feeling trapped at the moment with yourself, Izzy, and I feel like this is more of a domestic situation than it is a professional one. You're surrounded by the trees, so I do feel you've got a lot of support there, and you're leaning on that support, but for some reason these animals are just still hanging around. Now what I want to say to you is, you're a cat. What do cats do? They chase off mice and rats, don't they? So I want to say you need a clear out, you need a friendship clear out, you need a domestic clear out, and you need to get rid of all the negative forces that are no longer serving you. The cat is standing straight and tall, so I don't feel that you're sort of in a position where you're worn down as yet, but if you don't make a move soon, I feel that this is going to weigh heavily on your shoulders. I very much get a sense of Puss in Boots with this card. And because it's called Tarot of Tales, each card is supposed to remind you of a character from a fairy tale. And this one very much reminds me of Puss in Boots, where he's at the king's castle and you've got the mice and everything around him, surrounding him, but he doesn't let them beat him. He manages to get to the king, he manages to do what he needs to do, and is very successful in achieving his goal. So what I want to say to you is, whatever goal that you've got set in your mind, keep focused on that goal and don't let anybody change your mind, okay? Because success is around the corner for you. You've got the sunbeams coming up, which is success for me. It's all about winning. It's all about being victorious in what you want to achieve. So even though it seems difficult at the moment, you have got room to maneuver. You've just got to get rid of the negative forces, stay focused on your goal, and just go for it, my darling, okay? And I hope that helps and resonates with you. There you
Oh,
go.
that's lovely. So she says, I totally understand that, Stace. So there you go. Aren't they beautiful cards? They're really nice.
They are. I'll show you some pictures.
I've wrote that down, Tarot of Tales, because I like it with the animals and the tale as well, the fairy tale. I love a fairy tale. So that might I might
they are. They're really. I'm trying to find out. That's the
oh,
King of
lovely,
Swords.
lovely. Oh, thank
This
you.
is funny. Queen of Cups. Yeah, you've got the sea, the sky, desert and volcanoes, forest, desert and sands, and forest and volcanoes.
Lovely, lovely.
The Lovers, you're gonna laugh at this one. This one made me laugh when I saw it. This is the Lovers card.
Oh,
Bumblebee on a flower. Yeah, it's a bumblebee on a flower.
yeah, that says a lot, doesn't it?
Doesn't it just?
I like that. I like that. I don't know. Didn't say anything, Richard. Come on, how you interpreted it.
It reminded me of that song from Greece. Feeling a bit stuck and unsure at the moment. Yeah, I get that, Izzy, but you've just got to stay focused on your goal, my darling, and it'll all come good for you, my lovely. Okay. Just get rid of the negative forces and the negative opinions.
Richard, do you want to go next, or do you want me to go? What do you want to? Well, I have got someone here, so I can go.
Go ahead. You go ahead.
I've got a gentleman here, and I do feel that it's father, and I know that this father. See, I've got to now pull it out the bag. I know that this father would have been involved in a car accident, because I felt that this car was spinning round and round. And I don't think it took him to the spirit world, but I do know that this accident had quite an effect on him. And I'm also feeling that this car could be like an old Ford Cortina, because it's just taking my mind to we had an old Ford Cortina. So I feel it's an old Ford Cortina. And I do feel that there was an accident involved, connected to this dad. So would anybody out there understand this information? Because I also feel that it caused some big issues, and I also feel that there was something, my arm's now gone all sort of stiff, and I feel that there could have been a stroke situation or something something to do with this gentleman's arm. So if anybody can understand that, please type in the chat box, or if you want to come on and receive the reading in person, all you've got to do is let Richard know and just say, Zoom me up, Richard, and you will be on with us live, and I can continue this reading. I also feel here that there was issues around the chest area with this gentleman as well, and I just feel that this it keeps going back to this car accident. So I do feel that it was quite a big thing to do with him and to do with the family. Right. I also feel that we've got this gentleman he had a very bubbly personality at one point in his life. Right. So Angela can understand this. My dad had an accident in France. Okay. So you can understand that. Died of a stroke. Thank you, Angela. That's sort of the feeling I want to do. But would you also understand here where this car accident had an effect on him? Because I feel I've got this larger than life character, but after the accident, it's sort of, I don't know, I want to go into myself. So Debbie can understand that. My dad had an accident in my car many years ago and passed from a stroke 4 weeks ago. So whoever I'm with, if it's Debbie or Angela, I feel that the car accident had an effect on him. He wasn't the same person. It made him look at life in a very, very different way. I feel that he withdrew a little bit from life as well. And it had, right. Okay, Angela, I feel that I am with you. So I'm going to stick with you. So if you want to come in and join me, please do. But I'll just carry on with the message. But I just feel that it did have an effect on the family. And I feel that sometimes you had to walk a little bit on eggshells where Dad was concerned, because I feel that within his mind, it just sort of like made him a little bit shaky, a little bit unsure about himself. And I also feel that it took him a while to get behind the wheel again, or even go in a car again. This is what he's making me feel, because I'm feeling anxious. I'm feeling anxiety with him. And I feel this sort of progress within his life. Would you also understand, Angela, if this made the news? Because he's showing me there was some headlines, and I also feel the car was photographed, and people said how he got out of it was a miracle, because I just feel that the car was very badly damaged. Right? You understand that? Okay. Now he's coming forward because he wants you to he's saying he wants to give you support. And I do feel that sometimes it took him a long time to talk about that time, because he's telling me that he was there I feel on his own, and he didn't know if he was going to get out. And it was that time when your life flashes before your eyes. But it did give him an insight that somebody was looking after him. So would you also understand where your dad had either a near-death experience, or whether he knew that somebody was around him when this happened? And he's also talking about instincts. So I feel that his instinct was to try and get out, or to try and do something in this situation. And he wants you to use your instincts. It's funny how synchronicity works, and he's telling you to use your gut instincts on a situation around you. I feel that he just wants to let you know that he's fine now, that he's absolutely fine, and he's gone back to how he was before the accident happened. And I do feel that your dad did love to travel. He did like to go abroad, and I know you said France, but I feel that this place was very special to him as well. And he's also saying that you're very special to him. And would you also understand where there was some paralysis or something with his hand? because I feel that I can't move my hand very well here. And he just wants to give you that as evidence. He was quite a stickler for detail, your dad. You know, he liked things done properly. And I also feel that he wants to say, he didn't say it enough, but he thought the world of you. And I just feel that he just wants to send you his love. Use that gut instinct. And I also feel that he's been around you lately. And he's also, he's taken me to your kitchen, and he's saying, go get out in that kitchen and start doing your cooking again. So I feel that he wants you to get out and start cooking. And I also feel that he wants you to look after yourself. I do get the sense of that you're saying that he was a spiritual man, but I think that things changed for him after the accident. And he's taken me to a spirally road. So I feel that where the accident could have happened was where he came off a bend, and he knew, I feel he knew this road, but it's sort of like maybe he was going a little bit too fast. I don't know, but he just wants to send you his love. So take his love and use your gut instinct. And thank you for working with me. Ah, she loves cooking. That's good. That's good. So thank you, Angela. And I hope that's helped. There you go, Richard. Now it's your turn. Okay, Stace, do you want to have a go?
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Let's roll some names then, please, Richard. Seems to be the theme of the day, gut instincts today.
Yeah, I love it when it all sort of comes back to where we started. And I think this is where I think sometimes spirit have a little play in things. And I think it's important. I think people should use their gut instinct.
Absolutely. Actually, is Claire still on? Sprinkles.
Our lovely
Yeah.
heavenly sprinkles.
Let's give Claire a card, because it's not often our readers get readings.
I like that name, Heavenly Sprinkles. Where's she gone? She's hiding.
Okay, peekaboo. There you go. There she is. I love that profile picture.
Right. Are you still there, Claire? Let us know.
Is there anybody there?
Because Stace has got
Come on, Claire.
Stacey's going to give you a reading. Oh, she's here. Lovely. Lovely. That's good.
Here or on Facebook here?
She's here.
Okay, she's here. So, ooh, you have the Four of Wands, my darling.
Ooh.
And this is from the C section of the deck. So I want to say to you, I don't know what it is that's riding the fish, but you've got something, you've got three people in the boat that's supposed to be the fish that's riding the fish. And the fish, if you look, is not actually using the what's supposed to be the water. He's stepping on the stones very carefully and very methodically. So I do feel there's a situation with yourself at the moment where you're having to be careful about where you tread and what you say and which direction you go in. You kind of know which direction you want to go in, but again, it's about stepping on them stones carefully and not making a slip. So I do feel you need to be very methodical. Let me know if that makes sense to you, my darling. I do also feel now the water is made of oranges and yellows. So I do feel that emotionally at the moment, you're quite in a stable place, but you've had some emotional, I wouldn't say trauma, but emotional upset in the last few months that you're now coming out of, because the yellows for me is about upliftment. I can't, come on, I'm in the office. Oh, you're slacking, Claire, slacking. But yeah, there's definitely some upliftment coming around you. So whatever has been emotionally upsetting you in the last few months is now coming to an end, and now you've come into the other side of it. Now, the three bugs that are on the fish, I'm going to call them bugs because that's what they look like. Is it a fish or is it a lizard? I don't know. I'm going to go with fish. But the 3 bugs that are riding the fish are drawing me close. So the number 3 would be significant. So March would be significant, and either you're one of 3 or there's 3 that are very important and very close to you. Let me know if that makes sense. Been rather wibbly wobbly. Oh, bless your heart. And you're so bubbly as well, you would never know. But see, that's what you do though. You hide behind your humor and your personality, and you like everybody to think that everything's all positive. And there's very few people that get to know your vulnerable side, I want to say, and I can feel that. That's not coming from the card. I can feel that from your energy to myself. But yeah, there's definitely some more excitement coming in, because as I'm looking at the yellow water, I'm getting splashes and they're coming up. So there's definitely, I don't know if you're waiting for any news coming in or you're expecting something good coming in, but there's definitely some exciting news coming in. And I want to say this is to do with a promotion, or maybe chances of a promotion, or maybe a change in job where you're gonna, 3 family members. Thank you for that confirmation. But March would be significant as well, I want to say. I know we're coming into March. They're also giving me Easter, which is April. So March and April would be significant as well for yourself. But yeah, keep standing on them stepping stones. Be careful where you settle. Make sure you cross the T's and dot the I's on any new contracts that are coming up, I want to say. Make sure you get what you want out of the contract and out of the promotion, if this is what's coming in for you, or even if it's a new job. You keep getting 111, but spirit needs to let on. Well, 111 is new beginnings and new opportunities. So that just confirms what I've been saying about the new job, new promotion. Now, whether it's a change of job or just a promotion, they're not really giving me any clear idea, but it's definitely a shift in work, and it's definitely new beginnings, and it's definitely exciting things to come. But again, make sure you read them contracts, okay? Make sure you cross the T's and dot the I's, because you're going to have to be very careful that you're not giving them more than what they're giving you, if that makes sense. It's got to be an equal pairing. Don't let them take advantage of you. All right, my darling, and I hope that helps you.
Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely. Ah, April, daughter's birthday. That's lovely, Stace.
Confirmation.
Thank you so much. That was lovely. And it's lovely to see you, Claire. Nice of you to come on. And make sure that you don't get caught in the office listening to SPTV. I like that. Okay.
Stepping stones.
I know. Now, as I was sitting listening to that lovely message, I'm aware of a lady that draws close to me from the world of spirit, and I do feel that she's mum. She's making me aware of a cancer condition, and I do feel that there's issues around the throat. So I feel that it could be cancer of the esophagus or throat cancer, because I feel that her voice changed, because I felt that she got huskier because of this. And she made a joke about it, like we've been joking about Richard's voice. I feel that there was a joke about her voice getting a little bit huskier. Now, I also feel that there's a lot of love that comes from this mum, and I feel that what she wants to reach out to her daughter at the moment. And I also feel that there's something about listening. Now, I feel that something about either she didn't listen or something about her hearing. I'm not sure, but I just felt that she touched my ear, and I just feel something about listening. So let me know if this makes any sense to you, and if you want to come on, then you can. But I just feel that she just wants to come across. I feel that she was a very tactile lady, because I feel that she wants to wrap her arms around her daughter at this time. And I also feel there was a protectiveness about her. Now, Stace brought through the card of the cat there, and cats can be very protective, and they sometimes get their claws out. So I feel that this lady was very protective, and she would sort of like get the claws out if anybody upset her family. So Leslie is saying your mum had throat cancer. Leslie, if you can understand the rest of the information, I feel there was a fun side to her as well, because she's giving me that fun image. Now, would you understand, Leslie, if I am with you, that she's just, I feel that, I don't know if it was you or you did this with your mum, but where you sort of like used to mime to songs with a hairbrush. So I feel that because I just wanted to grab a microphone or a hairbrush and sing. And I don't know if it's miming or singing. So if you can let me know if that makes sense to you. But she's being very protective about you at the moment as well. And this is why she wants to surround you with love because she's getting her claws out a little bit because of a situation around you. So let me know if that makes sense to you. Oh, that's good. Okay, so that makes sense. So if you want to come on, please do. You're more than welcome to join me for this reading. But I do feel that you were a great support to her when she was ill. And I also feel that she got a little bit more self-conscious when she was poorly because of her voice, because of the way the treatment made her feel, and also the way she looked, because I do feel that her appearance was very important to her. She loved shoes and handbags, and especially sort of shoes with heels, because she's taken my mind to my cupboard in the next room where it's sort of full of beautiful shoes. So I feel that she loves shoes and handbags, and she had a little bit of a sass when she walked, you know. She was a little bit self-assured, but I feel that when she got poorly, it just took its toll. And I feel that she was tired. There was this sense of not feeling her usual self, but I feel that she did try to put on a front for family members because she didn't want anybody to worry about her. It was up to her to worry about them. Now, would you also understand, Leslie, that there would have been, and I don't know if this is you or if it's a child around you, but I do feel that she absolutely loved the connection she had with children. And I feel that she would pick them up and chuck them high in the air. And I can just hear children's giggles. And I feel that she loved to get down and play with children. So if there was jigsaw puzzles or games, right, Kaplunk, she's talking about Kaplunk, and I think that's the game where you pull the sticks out, and also frustration, because I can hear the click of the frustration game where you have to push the dice and you have to go around the board. And I feel these would have been done at Christmas time or just you know, after school or something like that. I just feel she was very much a hands-on mum, and she just wants to come around you and surround you with that love. She hated what the cancer how it made her feel, because I feel that at one point she even thought about, I'm getting 2 lots of treatment here. So I feel that the second lot of treatment, she even sort of thought, can I deal with this? Can I go through this again? But she said, there's a saying, what doesn't she, and I do feel she had a bit of a wicked sense of humor as well, because she's actually making me feel that the treatment sometimes felt worse than the illness. And I feel she used to sort of joke about that. But she wants to say to you that she wants to give you that strength and determination for something that's going on around you at the moment. You have a necklace that belonged to her as well. And I feel that you sort of hold it sometimes just to sense her close, and I do feel that you've got there's lots of wonderful memories. She's showing me some, right, she ran a club with kids. That's fabulous. Because I do feel that there's lots of wonderful impromptu photos of her with you and other members of the family. She hated formal photos, but I feel that she would get the camera out and just take impromptu photos. And I do feel that sometimes she would sort of strike a pose when she made them, because I want to sort of like do this, and I just feel that she would do impromptu photos. And there's one in particular where I feel she's hugging you. She's standing behind you and she's hugging you. And I feel that there is a photo of you and her together, which is out on your mantelpiece or on your, it's on your windowsill. So there's a photo of you and her together on your windowsill. And when the light comes in, I feel she loved the sun. She loved the warmth, because she's laughing and she's saying, when the sun shines on that photo, that's how I used to like to feel, warm. She didn't like the cold. And she's saying that the treatment made her cold. It went all through her veins and it was cold and she hated it. So I feel if she could get out and sit in the garden or outside in the sunshine, she would. And she wants you to book that holiday that you've been thinking about. So I feel that she wants you, instead of umming and ahhing, just go and enjoy your life and do what you want to do. So she's being quite a force to be reckoned with now. So take her love. And thank you for working with me. And I hope that makes sense.
Oh, that's a lovely message.
I do my best, Stace. I try my best.
It's thirsty work, this mediumship, isn't it?
It most certainly is, yeah, especially the way they're coming in at the moment, quite quick.
Oh,
So,
bless you.
I think they've been listening to our conversations, because they're coming in
I
thick
think
and
they
fast.
have. Yeah, there must be. Must be. Been another lovely show. Thank you, Karen, Stacey, and Richard. Going to sleep now.
Night,
Good night, Sue.
Night,
Sue.
See you again soon. Even though you don't see people on SPTV, apart from their picture or what they write, you feel like they've been with you, don't you? Well, that's what I
You
feel.
do.
Anyway.
It's a proper family community feel. I absolutely love it. Like Richard was saying earlier, there's a real sense of community, even
Definitely.
if you don't know the person that well, because you've been chatting to them on YouTube or on Facebook or whatever. It's like any support they need, people are there. Any healing you need, people are there. Even if it's you want healing for a friend of a friend, they're always there, you know. Letters, and they want updates, and it is. I absolutely love my SPTV family.
Well, so do
Hi, Jim.
One of these days, I'm going to be in a queue in a supermarket, and somebody's going to sort of tap me on the shoulder and say, "Hi, it's so and so, and I from SPTV," and we just start giving each other a hug in the middle of Tesco's or something. That'd be good.
Jean is my my physical circle mentor.
Oh wow.
She's the lady that was mentoring me before lockdown happened. I've learned a lot from Jean.
I just want to say hello to Jules Harding. Nice to see you, Jules. Long time no see.
Hi, Cheryl.
So
I think we ought to make Richard do one.
Do you? Go on, Richard. Pull a card for us, Richard. Who wants Richard to pull a card for them? Come on, Richard. I want to see the maestro at work. Okay, VIP, if you're out there.
So if you're a VIP, just put VIP in the chat. The first one to put VIP, Richard will do a card for.
Are we having our cards, Richard? The Oracle, SPTV Oracle cards. I know. So yes, we love the SPTV cards, and I can't wait to get my hands on them. Okay.
Hi everybody, I'm back on here again. I've had a couple of emails from people asking where their cards are. I was like, I paid for these, I want my cards. And I totally understand, and I apologize again for the delay. But as I keep mentioning, I am very, very fussy. When I did the booklet, it was, the text was far too small. And so I had to redo it all again. But please remember, it's only me. I do have a life. I have to earn pennies as well. And trying to put everything I do for SBTV, which is turning into a full-time job, making sure everything runs smoothly, the graphics, animations, the lives, shows, and it takes, you might see it only for an hour and a half, but that's like 3 or 4 hours for me. So plus my own personal work as well that I do, plus trying to have a life, you know, things get behind. So the cards have been delayed in me finishing off the updated booklet, but I am working on them this week. I hope to finish it if I can by next week. I am rushing as much as I can, but I don't want to make mistakes. So if I do the cards, the booklet again, go for reprint, I then get them. If I find the text too small again, that means I have to do it again. This costs me £60 a time for having these cards produced to check them. And that's coming out of my pocket. And therefore, the cards have made no money for SPTV whatsoever. So if you haven't got your cards that you pay for, please be patient with me. I haven't ran off with your money. I'm still here. It's just that I have other things in my life that I have to put focus on first. So just bear with me for that a little bit longer.
Oh, that I'm sure people will understand, Richard, and they
Yeah,
will be
people have
worth it.
visitors.
All good. Was it all good things come to those that wait? So there
Exactly.
you go. There you go. So can we see a card today, Richard, for somebody?
Okay. I will shuffle the card. I don't know if I can put it on screen for you. Yeah. I don't know who I'm going to give a card to.
So if we got
Maybe
any,
everyone.
well, yeah, maybe
Oh,
somebody
do a
could take.
group one, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm shuffling the cards now. Please read. You're in a queue. You're call number 34.
Oh, they are so annoying, them hold call machines.
It's the music they play. You think, what is this
I
awful
know.
music?
Oh,
You know,
I
then you realise
know.
it's me singing.
your
I
call is
know.
important to us.
Please don't go
And it's-
away.
The funny thing is, the card I pulled out, is called Official.
Ooh.
And it's
Oh,
all about reading contracts,
Oh.
law, exactly what we were talking about earlier on today.
Yeah.
wow.
And I'm not lying, it's number card number 64 in the pack. And it does say that when you look at the card, he's standing there, this angel in white with his big wings, and he looks someone in authority.
Ooh.
So what that card means is someone in authority around you. That could be your boss. It could be somebody as a friend who has that little bit more authority than you. It can give you advice. These are the people that you need to start listening to now at this moment in time. It doesn't mean you're done something wrong. It doesn't mean that you're in danger. It's just saying that there's someone in authority around you. It could be your partner, who you may listen to or not, depends how you look at it. But what it's saying is that on his belly, there is a badge with a chakra just there, the base chakra. That's not base chakra. What's the one in the belly? What's that one called?
Sacral.
Solar plexus.
Oh, solar plexus.
Solar plexus.
Right. Okay. Whatever which one it is, okay, it's right there. I can't think for the life of me right now. So it's saying follow your instinct.
Huh?
Listen to the advice, but follow your own instinct. Follow your own choices. You have options, as we mentioned earlier on. Follow the right one, but read the documents around you. So this is for everybody, a collective. No matter what you're doing, if you feel something's not right, follow it. Okay. And once you've followed it, you think, I've done the right choice. If you haven't made the right choice and then you make the mistake, then learn from it. Understand why you've been given this opportunity again in your life. Because I believe that life is all about understanding, sharing, and knowledge. The most important thing for me is knowledge. I love education. So when you're learning something and you gain that knowledge, it can help you, it can help others as well. It gives you a better understanding of a situation that's going on around you right now. What I want to say to you, Karen, though, I don't know why I want to go to you, Karen, but I'm going to say to you, can you make sure that everything is correctly signed and dotted, okay,
Right.
around you? Okay, because it's a situation where you may have the wall being put over your eyes. Someone is deceitful, someone is not being honest with you around you at the moment. Now, that could be a little white lie, just stretching the truth a little bit. But I know you're an intuitive, so please follow that instinct with you as well.
Okay.
I don't know why I've got to tell you that. I just felt that I need to tell you that, so I'm telling you that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is the reason for everything, for everyone. There you go. Nice and simple.
Wow. Well, that was, do you know what? I love it when it's all sort of come together. Everything that we've spoken about today and all the things that we've touched on sort of came together within the readings. And it's, and especially that card that was pulled. So,
and I forgot to put the card up, so bear with me.
It just goes to show that sometimes, you know, these things, I love synchronicity, how it all sort of comes together. I think it's really, really important. So I hope that you enjoyed that card, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm just going to show you the card.
So Richard's going to show us the card. So yeah, it's been an interesting morning. We've missed our lovely Nick, and we still send him lots of love and lots of healing. And Stace, oh look, there it is. Wow.
Wow.
Yes, you wouldn't like to cross that angel, would you?
Oh, I don't know.
Now, Stace. Thank you, Stace, for joining us. We always love your
You're very
company
welcome.
on the show. And enjoy your show tomorrow at 6 o'clock. And I'm so pleased that Natalie Walker is joining you. And that's
Yes.
really, really nice, because she had her birthday celebrations the weekend just gone.
Yes, she did. So
Yeah,
we'll be
so,
saying
yeah.
belated happy birthday to her as well.
Absolutely. So belated happy birthday to our lovely Natalie Walker. She danced the night away along with Neil Payne and Clara. So I'm sure
Yes.
I'm waiting to hear all about it. So thank you, Richard, for coming in and sharing your
You're welcome.
insight with us all and doing a reading. And of course, thank you to all of our SPTV family for being with us and showing support to me of being on my own today. Until Stace and Richard jumped in. But do you know what? I love this show and I love doing it. And I love all of you guys for coming on and being part of it. And my Mondays wouldn't be complete without coming on here. So it's really important that we continue to share that love, share that community, and remember, I'm pleased I've made your day, Angela. It's my pleasure to do that, to bring your loved ones through. So thank you. And but remember to use that gut instinct and trust yourself, because you know you are the person that knows you the best. So trust yourself. And do you want to say anything, Stace, as we finish now?
Actually, you took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to say that the theme of the day is just follow your gut instincts and trust yourself, and don't be afraid to fail, because failure ultimately leads to success. Because if you don't fail at anything, you don't learn anything. If you don't learn anything, you can't move forward with anything.
Very true.
So
Very
don't
true.
be afraid of failing. It's better to try and fail than regret not trying at all.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I will leave you all with that thought, and have a great day. And thank you for having me, everybody.
So we got Minty on tonight at 8 o'clock. So we're only going to go away for a short time. So come back and join Minty for some readings and some chat. And we look forward to seeing you all again soon. And thank you all very much for being part of Start Your Day. Lots of love. Take care. Bye.
Bye.